Hey everyone, I thought this would be the perfect video because this time of year many of us are burning the candle at both ends and we are not getting enough sleep. And I planned to film this video today, but I did not plan on it being so timely in that I didn't get to bed until after midnight, didn't sleep well, and then was woken up about 3 a.m. and could not really fall asleep. So you are looking at, well, I don't have all my makeup on. You're going to see that happen in a second, but you are looking at a face, it's a very tired face because I think I had a solid 4 hours of sleep. And so the point of this video is to talk about how to fake looking awake as best you can with makeup and a couple other little tools that I like to use. And I know this works because, well, I think this is working because I've been doing it pretty routinely for about a year now, just not sleeping. Combination of hormones, age, what have you. It is what it is. Thank you to all of you who have offered all kinds of suggestions in a previous recent video. I've tried everything. It's not working. But okay. So let's start with what I've already done off camera. And the first thing that really helps me, dry eyes, I get dry eyes, eye drops. If your eyes are well lubricated, they're shiny, they're sparkly, they're going to look like they're awake, even if we all know that they are not. Now, I wear contacts. I wear Total One Dailies, multifocals. So I'm limited as to what I can put in my eyes as far as eye drops once I have my contacts in. So the brand that I use that is contact friendly is called Sustain. They are Sustain lubricant eye drops, long lasting. These are great for dry eye therapy. So this is what my ophthalmologist recommends, and that's what I use. There are all kinds that if you are not wearing contact lenses that will brighten your eyes. I've never tried them and I can't, so I cannot recommend them. Another thing I like to use, and I used this morning, is this rose quartz roller. I just got mine at Walmart for, I think, less than $10. I use the wider side when I have a headache. Just rolling it back and forth feels really nice when you have a headache. And I get migraines that are triggered by being dehydrated and being tired. Knock on wood, no migraine today, but this side, the smaller side, feels really nice. This probably does nothing to help fake looking awake, but it feels good. And I just roll it away, kind of an upward. I don't know why. I don't know that this does anything, but it just feels really nice, and it's cold. I don't keep this in the refrigerator. The rose quartz maintains a cold temperature, and it just feels really good, and I run it lightly. I'm doing this very lightly because I already have makeup on, and I don't want to roll it right off, but there it is. So this feels really nice on the eye, and honestly, if I'm doing this before makeup, I'll roll it right over the lid because it just feels really, really good on your eyelids as well. And then the other step I don't do this every time I'm really tired, but if I'm going to be filming or I'm going somewhere special, I've been traveling and I want to look extra nice that day, eye masks. And there's a bunch that I use, but the ones that I buy over and over and have bought over and over, whether they're on sale or not, are these from Skin Iceland. And these are called the Hydro Cool Firming Eye Gels. This is the big pack. I think this was a pack. Yeah, this was a pack of 8. I'm down to the last one. I usually keep a pair or two in my travel toiletry bag. The individual packages look like this. You can see you can tear the notches here. The reason I like these the best is they work real quickly. They're recommended to only keep on 5 to 10 minutes. You can keep them on as long as you want. If you forget and keep them on longer, that's not going to be a problem. They're very non-reactive to your skin. So if you have sensitive skin, you're not going to turn red. But what I really, really like about these is they're not gooey. They're not very wet. So they have a sort of a dry, cooling feeling to them. You slap them on under your eyes. You drink your coffee, which we all know that's like the key to getting through this day. Maybe drink 2 cups of coffee. And when you peel them off, there's no residue left on your skin. Maybe pat a little bit, but almost never do I even have to do that. There's no residue. You get on with the rest of your skincare, your moisturizer, your sunscreen, slap on your makeup. Nothing's gonna react or interfere with your makeup application. So I really like that. Some of the other eye masks I've used are very wet and they're just, it's a mess. So these are the ones I go to over and over again. All right, let's get to some makeup, shall we? So the key here is your eyes look tired. When I say your, I'm really referring to me. I don't know how you look. For a long time, what I used was I'd do foundation first, and then before I go into concealer, I would put on something to cancel the blue tone underneath my eyes. And what I've been reaching for years and years and years is the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter, specifically in the shade Radiant Rose. If you're fair skinned like me, this is the tone you're looking for. It's sort of a pinkish tone. If there's other shades in the same line, if you are deeper tone than me, you want something a little orangey, but see how it has that nice pink cast to it. And I would put that underneath each eye, pat it in, and then put concealer on underneath. Lately, I don't know how many months it's been going on now, I've sort of reversed things. So before I put on my foundation, I've done my skincare, I've done my sunscreen, I will reach for this. I think this is my third tube. It's the Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift. I put a triangle of this underneath my eyes, and let me show you what that looks like. It's not as thick, I would say. And the MAC Prep and Prime isn't thick, but this substance is even thinner. It does come in other shades. This is a little more peachy, I'd say. So if you're a lot fairer than me, this might run a little too dark. But I pat this on in a triangle underneath my eye, run it along the side of my nose, up to the corner of my eye, pat that in. The orangey tone really brightens up underneath my eye, cancels out any blueness, any darkness, and then I go on with foundation, and if I need it, a little bit of concealer to brighten. But this really tends to do the trick, and I think if you have more mature eyes with a lot of fine lines, like I have, then you might prefer the Trish McEvoy. Now onto the rest of the complexion. We'll get back to the eyes in a moment. When I am tired, I look even more pale than usual. It's hard to imagine, but it is true. So bronzer is really your friend. Highlighter's nice. You can skip highlighter, but you need bronzer, and this is not the time to be shy. The one I reached for today is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It. I've had this for a while. What I like about this one is it's not completely matte, but it doesn't have, it's a satin. So there is some radiance to it, and you want to add some luminosity and life back to your dead feeling skin. So love this. I just slapped it on with a big brush. The brush I've been using lately is this one from BK Beauty, and I'll just add some more because you know what? When you're this tired, why not? And I just slap it on everywhere. I am not judicious with it at all. But I think something that really brightens up your face and makes you look alive and sparkling is blush, or as our moms or grandmothers used to say, put on a little rouge. Does anyone ever? I can hear that in my head. My grandmother's saying that. The one I grab when I'm feeling especially tired, this looks frightening. Don't let it frighten you. You've seen this before. I've talked about this before. It's from Tarte. It's the shade Natural Beauty. It's like a strawberry red. This looks like a lot in the pan, I know. But even on the fairest of skin tones, it gives you a very natural Justin from the Cold flush, and you just have to put it on with a very light hand. You can even pat some off on the back of your hand and just put it right on the apples of your cheeks and just dust. There's not a lot there. I should blend a little bit, but it just kind of brightens things up. I mean, if you think about like animated characters like Disney princesses, like Snow White, they always have those bright spots of color on their cheeks to look like they're young and innocent and youthful and alive. So a little bit of blush. And like I said, this color, while it looks frightening in the pan, with a light hand, just adds just a little bit of literally color to the cheeks, and you just look a little bit more there. We're going to talk more about color in a minute, but let's get back to the eyes. So for eyes, I like to kind of play it down. No need to highlight the fact that they're bloodshot, they're squinty, they're sad, they're tired, they want to just be shut. So I stick with neutrals, and I do like to throw on shimmer on the lid. I want some radiance, I want some light on the lid. My go-tos right now, I am wearing the Sephora I Love palette in medium cool. That's what's going on today. I haven't added even any liner. Some other ones that I go for this sort of color scheme, the Milani Bold Obsessions. I stick with this row here. Milani Soft and Sultry, but I tend to try to grab a bronzer like the one I just showed you and put that in the crease, because you kind of want to avoid cool tones when you're really tired, because cool tones resemble shadows and you've already got shadows going on. You don't want to highlight those. So warmer tones are great for when you're tired. I've recently, as you've seen, been playing with the Going Coconuts palette, another really good one. There's so many out there. Another one, I've sort of mixed these up because the pans in these can be taken out and moved around. And they've been in my makeup drawer and they're kind of dirty. This one's been around for a while. They're both from Viseart. This is the Petite Pro 1 palette, but I'm showing you this and half the colors in here are from this palette. This is the Viseart Petite Pro 4 Apricotine. And basically I took my favorite shades from the first palette and this palette and put them into this one. So this is sort of a medley of the two. But these sort of warmer tones are what I'm reaching for and what I like when I just want a quick go-to eye to brighten things up. Now, to brighten things up a little bit more, one more trick. It's not really a trick. None of this is new. I'm just reminding you of some things I've tried. Waterline eyeliner. I rarely do this, but it really works. Not only when you're tired or your eyes bloodshot, but the rims of your eyes get real red. So a flesh-toned eyeliner on the waterline is your best friend. The two that I reach for is the one by Lorac and one by L'Oreal. Different price points, different shades a little bit as well. The one on the top is L'Oreal, the one on the bottom is the Lorac. So it kind of depends on where you are in your skin tones. For me, I like the Lorac just a little bit better. You just want to lightly go along the bottom lash line on that waterline there. Nothing too crazy. Now this trick doesn't last forever. There's no such thing as waterproof eyeliner. It's just not. It's going to come off if you're wearing it on your waterline. So I do recommend taking this with you for the day. And I don't know how well you can tell, but it does brighten things up. It's subtle, but every little bit is going to help at this point if you're really, really tired. Two more things to help you fake looking awake. Curl your lashes and pile on that mascara. You want to make your eyes look bigger and exaggerated, and the best way to do that is make your lashes go up and slap on a lot of mascara. If you want to wear false lashes, that is something you can do, except if you wear really big, heavy ones, it's just going to drag your eye down. So my recommendation is curl the lashes, slap on some mascara, which is I'm about to do. I've been going back and forth between these two lately in videos. One is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. It's the green tube. And the other one is L'Oreal Voluminous Voluminous Lash Paradise. I'm gonna go with Essence today, so let me curl my lashes and put on the mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, we are almost done. The last thing is lipstick. This is not the time for a soft, neutral lip. This is when you have to add a little bit more color, just like you did with your cheeks. Now, I'm not saying to pull out a bright, bold red lip, but if that's what you wanna do, go for it. I feel like that takes a little more maintenance than maybe I am up to on a day like today. My go-to whenever I'm tired or I want color without a really bold, bright lip is this one from Lancome. It's the Lancome Absolute Lip Lacquer. I'm so tired, I can't remember what it's called. In the shade Shine Manifesto. Another one that I've been enjoying is from Clé de Peau, and I think it's called Sugar. I keep calling it Sugar Daddy. It is not Sugar Daddy, it is Sugar Jelly. Let me swatch this one for you right below my nude eyeliners. That one's pretty bright and it's great, but I'm gonna do my go-to. So this isn't crazy bright, but it is a pop of color. Again, it adds some life to this dead face. So those are some quick tips, not so quick tips, on how I fake looking awake when I'm really just dead tired and all I want to do is get back in my pajamas and crawl under the covers. The key here is at the end of the day, well, not at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day and throughout the day, you really just got to fake it. Fake it till you make it. That is the best way to get through it. You can get by on just a little bit of sleep for a day or two. I promise. I don't recommend it, but it can be done. You know, put a smile on your face, try to engage with other people. You will feed off the energy, especially positive energy, and just the act of smiling and looking at another person in the eye definitely gives you the energy to keep going, at least until the end of the day when you can go home and crash. So I hope these tips have helped. I'll list everything in the description box below. I hope sincerely that none of you need these tips anytime soon. But if it comes up, at least it's there for you. If you have any suggestions on how to help looking awake when you are not, please leave those in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.